What it do, what it do, what's up guys? It's your boy, Harper here one more time. And in this occasion, I want to take some time and talk about a few things. Some of the things that I've been getting in my inbox lately, and also a lot of comments on YouTube on the channel, is all about, what are the ways of living, like what are the pros and what are the cons of living in Panama City. As you guys know, I've been living here in Panama for the past about 7 months now, and I feel like I have an authority where I could talk about what are some of my experiences and some of the things that I have been going through since I moved to Panama City as an expat. So basically, as you guys know, it's not the same thing as going to a country as a tourist and visit, or just to come, for vacation or for like a wedding or for whatever reason that you might have. It's a big difference than when you actually come as an expat and you leave work and you actually are creating your life a new way, a new lifestyle in that country. So with that being said, I want to talk about like four of the pros that I have experienced here in Panama, and I also want to talk about four cons. So I'm going to start with the good things. So for the pros, like the number one is actually transportation. Transportation is super convenient here. Uber is pretty easy. As you guys know, everybody knows how to use Uber nowadays. So it's very easy and cheap. So for like $3, you could get around the city. Like from where I'm staying, I could go anywhere for no more than $5. Anywhere. Like the highest price I have paid on Uber is been to the airport, and it also depends on traffic and the day of the time of the day. So normally when I go to the airport, I travel in the morning or I travel at night. So it's never more than $16 for the airport. And when you compare that to the U.S., man, anywhere in the U.S., you're never gonna pay less than that, unless you leave, like, I don't even know. Like I've been to many cities in the U.S. and New York is like $60 to go to the airport, regardless if you go to LaGuardia or you go to the Kennedy. Even if you go to Jersey, depending on where you go and where you stay. But $16 is a very good price to go to the airport, and you don't go to the airport on a daily basis. It's not like you go to work there. And if you do, I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna drive, or you're gonna find a way to make it cheaper. But anyways, transportation, super convenient. And if you don't want to take Uber, InDrive is even a cheaper way to like move around the city. And if you pay cash, it's even more convenient because then it's cheaper. So that's number one, transportation. Second one is accommodations. I think when it comes to accommodation, to me, it's not just the rent, because the rent is way lower, man. Like depending on where you live, you're going to be paying under $1,000. If you live by yourself, if you live with a family, I'm thinking like 1,500 and down for like a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom. And that's if you get in a furnished. If you get it like without furnished, you're probably gonna be way cheaper. So if you know you're moving here for a couple of years, you might as well just get an apartment that is unfurnished. You furnish it yourself, and when you're ready to leave, you just sell it out to other expats. And there's many expat groups. There's also Facebook. There's many things that you could do to sell your furniture. Like I don't want to deal with stuff like that. I just rented my already furnished because I like it like that. But for other people that don't mind selling it, definitely more convenience and way cheaper. But also with accommodations, it's like the location where you live. Like, I have a beautiful apartment with an amazing view. I have like half city view and half ocean view. And for me, this is what works because I come from New York. I'm used to seeing the city, so I want to see the city. Like I want, and then I'm also half Dominican, so I also want to see the ocean coming also from an island. So like I'm good. I get to see best of both worlds, being able to see ocean and city view. I have friends here that live here at expats, and they want to see the ocean, and they live in Avenida Balboa right in front of the ocean, and they get to see the ocean every day. I think one of the best things for me is that I live on the 35th floor. When I come home at night, or whenever I go out and come back home, and I open like my doors, I am able to see that amazing view from the door. So that's like a big plus to me. So accommodations, location is definitely a good pro, and it's something that I really like about this. Another thing that I really like that is another pro is proximity to the U.S. I mean, we only an hour different, so whenever it's an hour different from the East Coast, and I'm from the East Coast, so for me that's very convenient. And even if I'm working from home, like it's easy for me to like maintain the same conversations. Like I don't have to wake at 5 in the morning. Like when you travel from Asia, or when you travel from when you working from Europe, it's like 8 hours difference. So you have to be up really early or stay really late. It's a little chaotic for me. It's only an hour difference. I'm able to have meetings and only, and not be so crazy. So proximity is very good. Also, if I need to fly back because of an emergency with a family or anything, I could just fly out, and it's only like 3 hours or 4 hours. Flying back to Florida, flying back to New York, like from either 3 hours or 5 hours, super easy, and I'm there. So that's really good. Their proximity is a big plus for me. And then, of course, also, like, I think ways of living, and this is the bonus one, ways of living, because it's very, it's very nice. Like, it's just lower pace. It's not like that fast pace of New York. You get to eat healthy foods. Like, when you go buy your meat, it's really fresh. When you get your vegetables, it's fresh. Your fruits are fresh. So you don't have to buy all these, like, stuff from the fridge. You could get fresh stuff, fresh food. Like seafood is super fresh. Like you go to the market, you get the fresh things that you really like. So I was able to like get my body in one of the best shapes of my life, man. Like I've been here 7 months, and my body is like I haven't been in years. So to me, ways of living is a big plus. Now let's go into the cons. Like for me, are cons, but you could move around and you could find your way around them. The first one is like raining season. Rainy season is like forever. We've been in raining season since forever. It's not like it's gonna stop anything. It's not like it changes anything. It's just annoying sometimes, and it's not the best thing. Because like for example, sometimes it's you wake up and it's raining. So for me, I go to the gym in the morning. Sometimes I have to wake up and then go to the gym. So instead of walking to the gym, because I walk to the gym, now I gotta take an Uber and all this stuff. It's so inconvenience that it's not cool. Or for example, I take an Uber to work, but sometimes I walk back. And if it's raining now, I can't even walk back, which I use as part of my exercising and part of my diet and all of this stuff. Like now I gotta take an Uber back, so it's very inconvenient, and I don't like it too much. Like I don't mind a little rain here and there, but it rains every day. And again, it doesn't stop anything. Like people go about their business on like nothing happening, but it's not the coolest thing. Another thing is the cost of travel international. Like when it comes to traveling, it's very annoying because it's only 2 airlines that you could book when you book it from here from Panama. It's basically the Colombian Airlines, which is Avianca, or it's the Panamanian Airlines, which is I can't even remember right now. But it's the I'm gonna put it on the thing in the description. But it's only 2 airlines that you could book travel from here. Actually, no, there's 3. There's another airline that travels out of a different airport. But normally when you travel international, you normally go out of the international airport, which is PTY, is the Panama International Airport. They do have another international airport, but for me, 99.9% of the times that I have traveled, and I travel like a lot. And when I tell you a lot, it's a lot. Like, and again, I'm sorry that I forgot, but it's Copa Airlines and Avianca. Those are the 2 airlines that has the bulk of the flight. So whenever you're booking, those are the 2 airlines that are gonna come up first. So they basically, the prices are super high. It's crazy. The prices are crazy. And if you're traveling within the country, it's even freaking more expensive. Like for me to travel from here to Boca del Toro, it's cheaper to get on a flight to Bogota, Colombia, than traveling to Boca del Toro. And any Panamanian and anybody that lives here will tell you the same. So when it comes to traveling international, it's very inconvenient. So that's a cons to me because I'm a traveler YouTuber and I travel a lot. So it's very expensive to travel like internationally and locally sometimes. Also, when it comes to recreation, like there's not a lot to do. Like, of course, you have Park Omar where you could go to the park and things like that. The beach, you have to kind of travel out for the beach. I mean, it's not inconvenience. It's like you have to plan it, and it takes a lot. It's not a country that you could just be like, you know what, let's go to the beach, or you know what, let's go here, let's go there. Everything that you want to do, that is like cool things that you do in other countries, like DR. You don't really have to plan to go to the beach in DR. You could just get on an Uber from Santo Domingo, go to Boca Chica, 30 minutes, or anywhere in the country that you in Sosua, you don't even have to get on a freaking taxi or nothing. You could just walk to the beach. If you're staying in Barbados, you could just walk to the beach. You know, it's like a lot of easy access to things like that and adventures. Here, you really need to plan it out, and you need to like, you know, create this whole plan with traveling and costs and all of this stuff. So to me, when it comes to recreation, it's very limited. So I would love if we had more things to do that you didn't have to do like a big plan. Another con is that it's a small city, which it could be like a good thing and a bad thing, but for Panamanians here, they always say it's a small town and everybody knows each other. Like some of the people that I work with that are from Panama, they literally know everybody. Like when I go out with them, they saying hi to like 100 people. Like it's just crazy. They know a lot of people. And me coming from a big city like New York and even Florida, like Miami, dude, you meet somebody in New York and you don't ever see them again unless you get their contacts. And even if you get their phone, IG, Facebook, sometimes you don't even see them ever again. Here, it's a very, very big chance that if you meet somebody today at the park, you go to the park tomorrow, you're gonna see them. You meet somebody in Central Park one day, you might not see them ever again in New York. So to me, that's a good thing, but it also could be not the best thing either, because sometimes you meet people that, you know, it's better if you don't see them again. And it's bad for me to say that, but I mean, that could go both ways depending on the experience that you have with these people. Sometimes you got really good experience with some people that you would like to continue seeing them, but sometimes you meet people that you like, no, I'm okay with not seeing you again. And then cost of living, right? And when it comes to cost of living, it's more like grocery shopping. I have done videos about grocery shopping, and I think when it comes to that part of cost of living, is a little expensive to me. When it comes to grocery shopping, where Panama is at the same level of Florida, of Miami, like it's at the same level. Like there's some supermarkets here that you're actually paying the same thing, or even more in some items. So to me, that's not the best. I mean, there's other things that kind of balance it out, like the rent and the taxis. Yeah, balance it out, but when it comes to like groceries and some restaurants and some nightlife and activities, about the same thing. So, and to be honest, a lot of the countries in Central America are not as cheap as you might want them to be, you know. And I have a new video coming out soon from Guatemala, and Guatemala is not as cheap as it was the first time I was. So, I mean, I don't want to sideways and talk about different things. Let me keep it on Panama. But yeah, man, it's not as cheap as in some things. Like when it comes to grocery shopping, I think it could be cheaper. Of course, there's cheaper supermarkets, but you're not gonna find the things that you like that you used to from the US in every supermarket. But when you go to Rivas Meat, which is one of the, you know, more recognized supermarkets here, it's pretty expensive. It's basically like going to a supermarket in the US. And a lot of the other ones are the same way too. It's a little different, you know, but it's about the same thing. So here you go, guys. For those of you guys that reach out to me in the comments requesting to do pros and cons of Panama City, this is some of the things that I personally, this is me, me. In my opinion, this is some of the things that I consider that are cons, and this is some of the things that I consider that are pros. Things that I'm doing that I'm having a lot of fun doing, and then there's things that, you know, it's a little bit more complicated and it takes a little bit more time. Nightlife is, you guys, I mean, it's a hit and miss. Like, sometimes you can find good places, sometimes they're not the best. It's like the percentage between men and women sometimes it's a little off. But, you know, I'm getting around and finding those little spots that, you know, you're able to connect with women and more than others. Like, I'm not a big fan of Casco Viejo, but I know I've been to Casco Viejo in occasions where it's really good, but then I've been in occasions with this like 90% men, 10% women. So I think you need to play by ear and continue, you know, visiting these places and see what works and what doesn't work. I do like to go to those local areas around my hood because those are the places where I had more success. So basically for me, that's what it works. I'm not too much of those tourist places like Casco Viejo. Like, I try my best not to go. I'd rather stay within the local areas where the locals visit, you know. Normally you get to meet, even though those are local places, you meet a lot of people from other countries like Colombia, Venezuelan, people from even the US that are here. And then also, of course, like, I'm in expat groups where they do like expats events, and those are super fun. And you meet a lot of people, and there's a lot of beautiful people in those events. So I would say, if you need to get information about those things, reach out in the comments, reach out to me on IG at rayharperintl, and I could definitely support you in giving you those connects and those places that you should be visiting. If it's going to be a long conversation, of course, let's set up a consultation, which is, you know, I could take the time to really explain everything and go in details over all of that. Also, I've been thinking to do like another blog where we go over, like, you know, what are the things that you need to become an expat, like how do you get a paperwork ready and everything, because I have a really good connect that could help you with everything from 0 to 100, everything you need from the first day you land till the, you know, when you move in. They help you with everything from 1 to 10. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments, and I could definitely set up like a meeting with them, and I could interview them, and they could have all the information ready for you, right? But in the meantime, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave comments that you like the video, share it with your people, man. I'm trying to bring you as much information as possible. I have the Guatemala videos coming up soon. They were so fire. I had so much fun. I'm gonna do a video about Halloween here in Panama City, what it looked like, what the parties look like. I'm gonna show you all of that, so that's coming this weekend. Also, all the music that plays in my videos, I just dropped an album with all the music that plays in my videos. For those of you guys that consistently be asking me about the music, it's gonna be the link in the description. I'll make sure that I put the link for Spotify so you could actually get them, stream them, put them on the playlist, whatever you need to do so you could have them. It's about 10 to 12 songs that I put there, man. They bangers, they're all good songs. So I really hope you like them. I put the link below. I'm also gonna put the links to some of the travel essentials that I used to, like I've been sending all my videos. There's some stuff that I use that are very beneficial for me, that I've been saving me a lot of time, that have been very you know, essentials, man. You know what essentials are. I'm gonna drop them in the description too. So this is things that you can use. Also, you know, you're able to use them as well. Alright, so with that being said, talk to you guys on the next one. It's your boy rayharperintl. Mándame la foto, mami, no pienses más.